Okay, so we're gonna do a rabbit taste test. So we have a couple things that we're gonna feed our rabbit. I have just a cracker, because I figured out that rats like crackers. A carrot. A piece of apple. And a piece of celery. And our test subject is running away. Okay, come here, test subject. Here's your food. Go straight for the apple.
Honey and cracker. Oh, wait, feeding cracker. Bunny want cracker? No.
Nope, he's gonna finish his celery.
We just got back from picking up our meat chicks. You can hear them back here. So we are just trying to get everything set up and get them all situated out here in the shop. We didn't think they were coming till tomorrow, so we're a day ahead.
Okay. Mommy, where are they? Papa.
The lights on!
But yeah, we're getting these birds out. We're going to start dipping their beaks in water to help them get that start, and then we'll get everything finished setting up. We got to get another light in here, make sure they got enough heat, and get some food for them. That's about it. You want to come help, Becca? But you got to grab them. Grab one little chick at a time. Be really careful, and dip its little beak here in the water. And let it go. You can do it.
You don't let me go. Rocket.
You want to let you grab them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. I can get it.
Stuff its little head in there.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
This one
Now it's got it down. So thirsty. Hey, be careful. We don't want to step on them, so you gotta walk carefully.
Well, unfortunately, I think you missed most of that, so I'll give you a quick recap. She jumped this fence over here, right by the gate, ran into this corner where she got herself stuck, proceeded to wedge herself in this tiny little hole here, where she then slit her nose and her foot and tried to bleed to death, got herself back and wedged against that fence with her horn stuck in the fence. We'll come around the other side. Got herself stuck in there. I had to dig a hole to get the jack underneath this thing and lift it so that I could slide it so she could walk out. That was not how that was supposed to go. That is a bad example of how to trailer a cow. But she's in there. She seems to be doing okay now. She's calming down. A little traumatic for all of us, but hopefully that never happens again. We're going to be building some different fence on this paddock that they're in. So next go around, we're going to have some more fence so we can take all of these panels out and make a better situation to where we can separate these cows better and get them loaded. Our trailer is not big enough to take all of them in one load, so even if we wanted to, we couldn't do that. So it's, yeah, kind of an ugly situation, but we got it done and we're back and gonna be on the road now. So here we go. Well, I just got these cows dropped off. It was pretty uneventful. I didn't record any of it because I just opened the doors, they walked out. But after that experience, getting Nutmeg loaded up and how crazy she went and the difficulty we had with her going behind that pig pen, I decided that I'd had enough of that. So on the way home, I stopped and bought me a whole bunch of wood posts. So we're gonna be building us a fence here in the next little while. Stay tuned for that. For the next few weeks I'll probably be working on that. I won't be recording just that. We'll have some other content going on, but you can expect to see some fencing because I'm not playing that game again. I'm done with it. But we'll do a little more tomorrow. You guys gotta see this neighbor's horse. See if you'll let me get up to him. He's kind of skittish most of the time, but he looks like he's pretty excited to see us today. He's one big boy. See if you'll let me up there and pet him a little bit. Sterling. Come here. Well, we're going to be building a little fence over by him today, so we might have him visiting. But we were checking on the chickens this morning, these little chicks, making sure they're doing good. We lost one the first day that we had them, but we haven't lost any since. Uh-oh. Looks like my light's off. That might not be good. Oh, whew, it's on. Thought my heat lamps were turned off. So yeah, we just lost that one. Didn't lose any yesterday. So we'll check and see what we got going on here. Looking good. They got food and water. Looking happy. We have only lost 1 out of 60, which is pretty good. Usually you lose quite a bit more than that. So yeah, I'll consider ourselves pretty lucky if that's all we lose is that one. Most of the time I think it's about 10% that they expect you to lose when you get a big batch like that. 60 is not huge, but still I'd expect to lose about 5 or so. If we only lose the one, that'd be awesome.
Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge
cows we kept. We've got 3 of them here. See if you can see who they are. Well, technically there's 4. Look over the fence here. Right in the middle there is Ginger and her baby. It's hanging out over there. He's the one that broke his leg. So we got Ginger, and then we got these 2 steers. Ribeye and Sirloin are their names. But they are going to be the kids' 4-H steers that they're going to show for 4-H. So we got to start training them, get them halter broke. It's pretty hard to catch them in this. I mean, this paddock that they're in here is huge, so it's pretty hard to catch them in there. So we got to get something smaller that we can push them into, so we can catch them easier and start working with them. To do that, I think I need to build this fence across the front, which I did buy those posts for, but this water tank is right in the way, and it's full of water, and I don't really want to dump it out right now. So we're probably going to wait until next week until they drink that water down. They used to go through one of these tanks every day, but now that there's just really the 3 of them drinking from it, it's probably going to take 2 days. So probably won't be till Monday before that thing's empty. So I'm going to have to wait till then. So instead, we're going to go on the other side and build some fence. So this section of fence that we're working on over here is actually on the property line. I'm standing in the neighbor's pasture right here. Look at their beautiful pasture. Wish we had a pasture like that. But this fence is pretty dilapidated. It's probably 50, 40 years old, something like that. Does not look great and is not holding up really well anymore. So we are slowly replacing it. Whoever put it in initially too didn't put it up the property line. You can look down this line and see what it looks like. It just zigzags all over the place over there. They use the telephone poles, which are not on the property line, as fence posts. So it's just kind of zigzags all over the place. But we're slowly repairing it, especially want to get this section done right over here between this post and the road, because they got that new horse. He is a Percheron, I think is what they call him. He's a big horse. Anyway, he could just like step over this fence. So I want to get this done so we can get a little bit taller fence put up so that he does not get out to the highway. With the neighbors, we've been kind of working on this fence slowly. We got a lot to do on it still, but we're getting there. So that's what we're working on today, is to get a little bit done on that. And we'll just do a little bit every day. Well, I'm gonna throw some water in this hole. Usually I like to fence this time of year because our ground is pretty soft and it's easy to dig in. We've got a lot of clay soil and we haven't had rain in probably at least a month, if not longer. And so it's, even though it's been cold outside, the soil's dried up quite a bit, so it's kind of like digging in concrete right now. So I'm gonna put some water down in there, see if we can break it up. We're supposed to get some rain tonight and tomorrow, but I don't think it'll be enough to do much good. So we're just gonna throw a hose in there and soften that soil up. Well, that water is soaking in. We got one more fencing project we can do. We're kind of striking out on these fencing projects. So we're gonna grab a post and we're gonna go to the very back of our property. So for this project, we are simply replacing a post that I put in here a few weeks ago. No sooner had I put it in than I decided I didn't like how long the post was. It's a little bit shorter, more decorative post. I'm not sure why I put it in there in the first place, but we're gonna go replace it. It hasn't been in there very long, so my hope is I can just jiggle it loose and then pull it out, slide this one right back in, pack the dirt around, and be on our way. We'll see how that goes. Well, crap. It's not going to the ground far enough, so I gotta go get my tools. You guys, wait here for me. I'll be right back.
So that post would stand about 6 foot tall, so we could put a little bit taller fence on it than the other one. Whew, I'm out of breath. We're gonna grab these tools, head back. So before we head back, I want to show you why we're replacing this fence. It's in some pretty sad condition. This is where our corner used to be. You can see how much that post is leaning and how much it moves. I'm not pulling it too hard there, but every single one of these posts is mostly rotted off. And then especially as we get down here, you can see we put in some T-posts to keep the thing up. But you can see posts like this where there's not much left of that. I could snap that off right now. And this one, completely burnt off on the bottom. There's no post left there. So down that whole line, we're going to replace that entire fence. This is the other side. So there's the fence over there that we're working on. I'm also working on this side. You can see a post I put in. They put this fence here too far up on the ditch bank. That's a ditch bank right there. And so as they clean that ditch off and stuff, slowly pushes these posts over. So if you look at them, all our posts are leaning like that. Most of these posts I can just snap off at the base because they're so rotten anyway. Like I said, I think they're about 40 years old. So we got to replace all of that. So hopefully we can get the cows back into all of this and they'll have that big space where they can eat the grass and roam around a little bit more instead of being stuck just in that little corral.